Have you ever wondered why you find it hard to earn more money? Does it seem like you have a ceiling on your earnings that you just can't break through? But did you know it's actually you that limits what you earn? And this video is going to show you how to change it. Let me tell you a story. This is George. George grew up in a household where money was tight. There was often lots of worries around money in his family, and from a very young age he would often hear his mum say that money doesn't grow on trees, you know, George. And his dad would yell, complaining that all rich people were corrupt and that money was the root of all evil. After graduating school, George and his friends would hang around together and would often go to the local bar on Friday nights. Most of the conversation was centered around how they all worried about money and they all seemed to be struggling. One night at the bar, they were sitting outside and a really nice sports car drove by. George and his friends didn't really like people that had money, and one of his friends shouted, "Look at that flash guy in the sports car. I hate people like that showing off." On the walk home, George started thinking about that sports car and how he could never really afford a sports car like that. He wished he could earn more money, but he realised that whenever he did, something like an unexpected bill or a bad investment would take it away. Interestingly, when he earned less money, he would often receive a small windfall, returning his earnings back to about where they normally were. This was a bit like an airplane's autopilot. When the plane goes higher, the autopilot corrects it and lowers it. But when the plane goes lower, it corrects it to bring it back up again. George realises that his earnings appear to be determined by some sort of money autopilot. So tonight, George made the decision to do something about it. He decided he was going to earn enough money so that he would never need to worry about it again. In the coming weeks, George did a lot of research and concluded that he was going to start his own business to earn extra money for himself and his family. When he told his friends about his new plan, they weren't very encouraging at all. In fact, they all laughed at him, saying he would probably fail. Undeterred, George started reading, learning and attending conferences dedicated to entrepreneurs interested in building new businesses. He met many people who were like-minded and ambitious just like him. These people actually admired those who were rich and successful in the business world. Soon after, George launched his new business, and he was so excited once he turned his first profit. But then an old pattern seemed to re-emerge. As he earned more money, George still saw it disappear through unexpected bills and bad investments. George did some research about this and found out that we earn what we think we deserve. And what we think we deserve is based off our beliefs, and these beliefs determine our money autopilot that regulates our earnings. He read an article that explained about 70% of lottery winners somehow manage to lose all their money. On the surface, this can look like bad decisions around money, but looking deeper, it explains that it's more likely down to the person unconsciously pushing the money away from them, because deep down in their subconscious programming, they don't believe they deserve it. Our subconscious program is based off the beliefs that we form at a very, very young age, usually from our parents. These are the imprinting and modeling years. Amazingly, this all happens before we are 7 years old. George realizes that he could have also been subconsciously pushing money away due to his beliefs around money. He thought back to his childhood and then realized that his parents had trained him that people with money were corrupt and that money was the root of all evil. This meant that in his subconscious, money was linked to being evil. But George didn't want to be evil, so whenever he earned more money than he was comfortable with, he would somehow push it away. George recognized that to make more money, he would have to change his beliefs around how much money he thinks he deserves to earn. So he started by practicing affirmations every day. Each morning, he wrote down the exact amount of money he wanted to earn and repeated it over and over again. This was very powerful. George had learned that repeating affirmations like this triggers a process called autosuggestion, where the mind will start to believe something if you repeat it enough times. George also put time aside every day to visualize. In his mind, he would see himself with the money and the successful business he desired. In great detail, he would imagine that he was living the life of a successful, wealthy business owner. He focused on how it would feel to be living this ideal life. Aside from his daily affirmations and visualizations, George worked hard every day on his business. He knew affirmations and visualizations don't really count for anything unless you actually do some work. He worked at it every day, even on the days he didn't really feel like it. George's business began to do really well, and his earnings went up and up. And this time, he managed to keep all his money. He successfully broke through his old earnings ceiling with no bad investments and no surprise bills. In fact, the money seemed to be coming from unexpected places now. As his business grew, George began to hire employees, and his employees loved working for him, and his customers were happy with the services his business was providing as well. After a few years, George achieved his goal. He achieved the earnings he always wanted, and he moved into a beautiful home. He had grown his business so much that he could now step away and spend more time with his family without having to worry about money ever again. One day, while he was out driving in his new sports car, George stopped at some traffic lights. He noticed he was in his old neighborhood. He remembered that it was here, several years ago, that he made the decision to end his struggles about money. He paused and reflected upon his journey since then, how he had changed his mindset and beliefs around money and success, the hard work he put into his business, his happy employees, his happy customers, his kids, and how he could now spend more time with them and inspire them by example so they could be successful in whatever they choose to do. He contemplated that his positive impact on the planet had grown. And for once, he paused and allowed himself to be proud. He smiled, gripped the steering wheel, and pulled away. Meanwhile, George's old school friends were sitting outside of the same bar they all used to meet in. They were all looking older, but other than that, they hadn't really changed. They were still working in the same jobs and were still struggling for money and complaining. And they looked over as George, smiling in his new sports car, pulled away from the lights. One of them said, "Look at that flash guy in the sports car. I hate people like that, just showing off." If you like our videos, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button below. And while you're down there, make sure to subscribe so you can watch our future videos as we release them. And if you've got any suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments below.